Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to go through the combat money making methods on the Runescape 3 money making guides to pick out things which are up in price, down in price, and worthwhile doing for some GP per hour. Now this is going to follow up from the skilling money making guide, and basically it's the same emphasis where we'll talk through these methods, and anything which is really good, really worthwhile doing, I'll make a featured length video later on in the month. Now, yes, this is a little bit of a talk through on the website, but it's just to give you guys a rough flavour of what's up in price or down in price or what methods I'd recommend, along with any little tips I've got from doing the methods before. But if you are enjoying the videos, please make sure to hit that subscription button. Please like the video if you are liking this as well. I did put a little poll on the community tab about this and the skilling series to see if you guys still wanted me to do it. The answer from it was yes, but I am still looking for some feedback on this series, especially just to make it a little bit more fluid and enjoyable for you guys to watch. I think it's a really good series to do because it gives a big overview, but if there's anything I can do just to improve it or pick it up, please let me know in the comments below. So without further ado, let's get started. So we now have a mascot on the wiki now as well. So a mascot, the Devourer at 2000 in rage, is roughly pulling in at 225.8 mil. Now a big thing with that will depend on what the Tumican Lights price is. I imagine it's completely over what the mid price is, so you're probably going to make more than that per hour. But again, in terms of this series, especially the combat side, it's more aimed towards like mid to lower levels. If you can do a mascot of that in rage, this video really is an aim towards you. It's more those people trying to get into that next stage of PVM. But we have a Telos 200 kill streak at 191 mil per hour. A next duo is 126. Sangsman of Rebirth 122 mil per hour. And we have Zuck in hard mode 120 mil per hour. Also Zuck continuously on the rise. For the past couple of these, Zuck has been working its way up from about 90 mil to being 120 mil per hour, which is nice. Again, if you can do Zuck quite consistently, it's a really, really good method to do. We have Arch Glacier, it's 83.3 mil. The Barrows Rise for 6, 80.3 mil as well. Vorkath in hard mode, 78.8, and we have Solak, 71.5 as well. Raksha is 67.8, and we're just kind of dropping down a little bit quicker to get to more like the sort of methods we're focusing on. All these are the higher tier sort of PVM methods, but I just wanted to give you guys some rough numbers. So we're going to start here where normal mode Zuck is 53.9 mil per hour. And if you're especially looking to learn Zucks, going like farm hard mode, the fact that you can go and make 53.9 mil, trying to understand Zuck's mechanics, learning the Zuck phases and getting through it as well, is actually really decent. It's really good and solid in terms of its cash. Ripper Demons is the best binding contract we have currently and has been for a very long time. Really interested to see what the prices of the pouches are now that you can feed binding contracts from the archaeology professors, but I don't think it's going to hit them too hard. And again, this is Ripper Demons when really the price of the pouches aren't really that high. When we've got demand, especially on binding contracts, they can go extremely high. There was a period of time where Ripper Demons were pulling like 90 to 100 mil. And yes, the method is a little bit complex, and yes, if you make a couple of mistakes, the Ripper Demons can kill you, but it's something which is very farmable once you get your head around it. We have Rizal, 47.9 mil. We have Araxi pulling in 39.2, and like Raxi, for how old of a boss it is, to pull 39.2 mil is pretty incredible. Same with Nex. Now, for the longest time in this series, Nex was always about 17 to 18 mil. It has exploded in profit per hour, 37.4 mil for killing Nex. A very, very farmable boss, and probably one of the bosses I would recommend to people to learn when you want to make the next step of their PVM journey, and a really big collection log to do as well. 37.4 mil is an incredibly good price, and this would be down to the fact that masterwork, all of the requirements for the Nex items being disassembled and stuff is having a positive impact. This is where invention and like taking the items out of the game work, because something like Nex, which has been in the game for so long, still can pull a pretty good profit. We have Blood Reavers, again, still a very good binding contract, 35.5 mil. These are up a little bit. Like last time we did this, I think they were in the 20 mils. And very good method, not massive in terms of requirements, and all you really need is to make the binding contract. Now, if you need help making binding contracts, I do have a video on the channel which shows you how to make them as quickly as possible. So if you want to go and check that out, just search on the channel and you'll be able to find it out. We have Virago mode solo, 32.7 mil. ED3 Shadow Reef solo, 29.3. The Magister up in price a little bit as well, 27.2. Always worth keeping an eye on the key prices for the Magister, because I think sometimes those key prices go so cheap, they're worth picking up. And then if the price of the keys, for whatever reason, want to go up, you can also sell them as a profit. That's what I do. I always buy the keys every now and then to sort of like bank the pet or bank the collection log. And then if you ever go above the price I bought, like I can make like 50, 60 mil quite often just for sitting and holding the keys, because I've already bought the keys for a price I wanted to go and do the pet. Hellhounds, 26.5 mil, and this will be because you're going to be creating binding contracts. Hellhounds as well is the easiest of all the binding contracts to do, but 26.5 mil is actually pretty solid to make a lot of cash quite quick and get a little bit of combat XP on the side as well. We have Moss Golems on task, 24.6 mil. Rex Matriarch, 20.5 mil for Ventrican. We have the Dagannoth Kings as well, still pulling in incredible profit even in this day and age. Dagannoth Kings, 19.9 mil. Especially if you've not done a collection log, really recommend Dagannoth Kings as your first one to go and pick up some pets and get that collection log finished. Solo Catfight King, 19.2 mil. Duo Virago, 19 mil there. The Giant Mimic, the Elite version, is 18.1 mil. And Lava Strike Worms for Viserion Ashes is going to pull just under 18 mil profit as well. We have Killing Kerapack, solo mode using Necromancy, 17.9 mil actually, which is actually pretty solid. I do need to do Kerapack in terms of a log, so that might be something. If I can find a setup which is right for it to go and definitely go and give a try. We have Hellweir, 15 mil, which to be fair, for a God Wars 2 boss is actually pretty decent. Like 15 mil, I wouldn't go sort of God Wars 2 if it's anything less than 10, because I think there are some better options to do, but 15 mil is actually pretty solid. We have the normal mode Sanctum at 14.6, Calgarian Demons for binding contracts 13.7, Duo Catfight King 13.5, and Twin Furies is 13.4 mil for the high level mode. We have the next Rex Matriarchs at 13 mil, Greg high level 12.7, Sacred Oil 12.5. It always makes money. It's one of those methods which has always been between 10 and 13 mil. Slightly on the higher end this time, but a great way to make some pure profit. All you need to do is buy some olive oil on Organic Exchange and you can really make a lot of profit as well. We have Legions with the Ascension Bows, 12.1. The keys are very cheap. Very similar to how I do the Magister. I buy the keys and then basically sit on them. And because they're all like one set now, they're a lot easier to buy and stock up on. So I've bought some keys to actually go and do some Legions at some point as well. Mid-level Dagannoth Kings, 12 mil. Again, the number one recommendation I give to any new player. If you want to get into PVM and learn bosses, go and do Dagannoth Kings. Dagannoth Kings, Krill and Kriara, I think if you were to complete them logs, will quite comfortably make you about 300 to 400 mil. So definitely recommend those. We have Nightmares at 11.2, Giant Mimic, the hard version at 11.1, Normal Mode Kerapack 10.8 mil, and the Corporal Beast with Melee at 10.5. High level Vindictor is 10.4, Muspert 10.2, Wyverns, the Living Wyverns, a slightly higher one, 9.8 mil per hour, and the Beginner Mimic is 9.6. Vine Crawlers 9.3 mil per hour, Shapeshifters 9.3, Aerith still up in price because of the Tusker's Wrath ability, which is starting to go up a bit as well, so 8.7 mil for Aerith is very, very good for how good of a task it is. Abyssal Beast as well, very solid, definitely one to throw into your player-owned Slayer Dungeon, that is 8.6 mil per hour. Abyssal Lords 8.6 mil as well, Rune Dragons 8.5, we have the Corporal Beast AFK with Necromancy 8.5 mil there, and Enemies with range, slightly up in price. They crashed a lot due to the Blood Necklace, but have had a couple of extra drops thrown on their table, 7.7 mil there. Moss Golems off task is 7.7 mil, so you pretty much lose nearly 20 mil per hour by doing them off task. They are just not worth it. The final Rex Matriarch 6.7, and high level Barrows has taken an absolute kicking. It was quite consistently like 10 mil profit per hour, but 6.6 mil now. With the combat achievements, which might be why it's gone down actually, you can make Barrows so much more efficient now, just because you can teleport directly to the loot. But still, I would have thought it wouldn't have gone down that much. We have Mammoth, 6.5 mil, the Mimic medium tier 6.3, Abyssal Demons with Magic, 5.8 mil still, which is so good. Like, Abyssal Demons, still one of the best methods to go and train in the game in my opinion, and really great profit. Griffalo Plines, 5.3 mil. Frost Dragons have been decimated really, 5.2 mil. For a good period of this year, they were around like 8 to 10. So yeah, that's taken a big hit. I suppose bone prices have been hit pretty hard through numerous things. The price of Dagannoth Bones, I know I've mentioned it a couple of times now, I think is just too cheap to warrant something like Frost Dragons. You're getting really quick XP and you're not really paying a lot of GP for it. So Krill, high level, 5.1 mil. It's amazing that a God Wars 1 boss can still pull in like a pretty decent AFK profit. Krill is very much an AFK boss or a mid-level boss as well. Maybe a low level if you're trying to learn mechanics, trying to learn how to like combust and run and get bleeds off as well. It's a very good one to go and learn. Capsari, 5 mil per hour. Necromancy Abyssal Demons, 5 mil. Corrupted Scorpions on a Slayer task, 5 mil. That's gone down due to the key price for the Magister. when that price is up, and as well as Vital Sparks may take a big hit, so Corrupted Scorpions might fall off a little bit, but 5 mil is very, very cheap for that method. Piara 5 mil as well, Adamant Dragons 4.7, Aberrant Spectres pulling in 4.7 mil per hour as well, which is actually quite mad. I'm wondering what that price is. It's Grimy Herb? It's looking to be a combination of a couple of things. I mean, like Grimy Herbs, Fellstalk Seeds, and all that sort of stuff as well add towards the profit. But 4.7 mil for a level 63 Slayer creature is actually crazy. Maybe that's something we'll cover in our Slayer series when we do it on 7-Day Bond. But very, very good profit there. Automatons 4.4, Luminous Stragglers 3.9, Spiritual Warriors 3.9, Vilelords and Vileladies for great AFK combat XP is 3.7. Dark Beast 3.6, Tormented Demons 3.5, a Pyre Fiend is 3.4, so the Ashes prices must have recovered a little bit. The last Will promo would have killed these off a little bit, but for level 30 Slayer, 3.4 mil per hour is actually pretty solid, although they do hit. I remember that from Group Iron Man is that Pyre Fiends do work, so make sure to prepare for it. Ganoderma Beast 3.2 mil, Gladeye 2.9, Queen Black Dragon 2.7, Salwa Axe 2.6. The first of the 4 moneymakers where we say, like, once you go below this point, it's no point doing anything else. But Chickens, 2.5 mil per hour. Analysts and White Wolves, 2.1. That's up in price as well. Sometimes the price of, like, the meat and the bones can go to a point where they're actually worth killing just for that. We have Basilisk, 1.8, and the completing a fight kill on 1.5k as well. Rabbits is 1.3 mil per hour, and actually going down in price to be the worst out before this month is going to be Killing Guards at 1.3 mil per hour. Bit weird really, grape prices must have really had a crash because that's what the benefit of guards were, is that because you dropped so many grapes, that's what made the GP there. But yeah, there's a lot of items very much up in price. It's a good time to make some money. With the God Wars 2 bosses being decent, you've got things like some of the binding contracts being up in price, Dagannoth King's nearly 12 mil an hour, Nex at 32. Big rises, and I think because of like the invention and some of the updates lately as well, they're taking items out of the game, which means that the item prices are going up. And also, you might have more player base around, which also causes extra demand as well. Decent month for the combat side, especially, like, I think this is really good. But I want to know your guys' feedback on this series. Do you guys want me to continue doing it? Do you want me to change certain things up? Again, there's a couple of money makers which we've dotted through here, which I'm going to go and delve into and make some videos over next month. Just to focus in, because I think they're really good for especially newer players or players trying to progress their PVM and go and give it all a try. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your suggestions down below. I'll see you guys very soon in my next video.